click subscribe to Proper English Online for more real English conversations with native speakers every week. Like my lessons? Support me on Patreon. Patrons can download every worksheet for every lesson. Hey guys, this is Lee from Proper English Online, and this is the worksheet video for Intermediate Lesson 2, a school report. Okay, so we listened to the conversation already and we heard lots of different phrases. We're going to focus on a few of those phrases in this video. So we're going to talk about using future conditional sentences to give reasons. Now, I know lots of grammar words here. Don't worry about that too much. A conditional is basically just an if sentence, all right? So we're going to do some if sentences to give reasons, and we're talking about the future. Also, we're going to use the word can't to show surprise, okay? So we can use the word can't in particular phrases to show surprise. Also, we're going to have some contractions, so some sounds that get pushed together, sounds that disappear, and we'll also have some various phrases that we heard in the listening. So before we get started, as always, we should take a look at our PDF worksheet, and you will see we have the listening script here. Let's listen to this and fill in these missing words, okay? So you can listen as many times as you need to, listen through, fill in those missing words, and when you're ready, we'll come back and focus on these phrases and learn a bit more about how to use them. Okay, let's get started. See you in a bit.
Have you seen this school report yet?
It's Sam's. When did you get it?
Just came in the post today. Not good, not good.
It can't be that bad. He's been trying a bit harder this term. Let's see. Oh. He's failing English literature.
That's not the worst of it. He's failing all the science subjects too. He's only just passed his maths tests and everything else is just D's, a few C's. He isn't trying at all.
What are we gonna do, eh?
This is no joke. He's taking his exams next year. If he doesn't pass everything, there's no way he'll be able to go to university.
Honestly, love, I don't think Sam is university material.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's not going to get into any universities, and besides, he clearly isn't interested in studying.
But he has to understand that if he doesn't study hard, he's never going to succeed in life.
Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, he could go to a technical school, learn a trade like plumbing or being an electrician. Those are good jobs. You can earn more money than someone with, I don't know, an English literature degree.
But if he fails half of his subjects, no technical school will accept him either. The grades aren't even the biggest issue. His teacher said he's been absent a lot.
What? He hasn't been sick, has he?
No, he just hasn't been going to school. He leaves the house in the morning, then just goes off with his friends.
Well, it's no surprise he's failing his subjects then.
What are we going to do about him?
Well, where is he now?
He said he's with his friend Tom, but who knows?
Well, let's call him and tell him to come home. We need to talk about this.
Okay, but don't get too mad at him. That's not going to help.
Well, someone has to tell him. Ugh, he never listens anyway.
Look, just when he gets back, stay calm, will ya? I don't want this to turn into yet another argument.
I'll stay calm. I will. He just worries me so much, you know?
I know, me too. Let's ring him now and tell him to get back here.
Alright then, so guys, we heard those phrases. Hopefully we filled in the missing words. Now, in the conversation, the two parents were talking about their son, Sam. Now, the parents were talking about Sam, and they said if he fails half his subjects, no technical school will accept him either. Also, we heard if he doesn't pass everything, there's no way he'll be able to go to university. And also, if he doesn't study hard, he's never going to succeed in life. Okay, now, all these sentences are quite similar. Are they all talking about a future possibility? Pause this video and think. Okay, all right, yes, they are. They're all talking about the future. If he doesn't pass his subjects, he won't be able to go to university. There's no way he'll be able to. Talking about the future, all of them are. Now, we often use if sentences like these to give a reason why you should or shouldn't do something. So, what do his parents think Sam should do? Pause this video and think. Okay guys, right, so they want him to study, right? It's quite simple. They want him to study, they want him to work hard, because if he doesn't study, he's never going to succeed in life. If he doesn't study, there's no way he'll be able to go to university. And if he doesn't study, no technical school will accept him either. All these sentences are explaining why he needs to study hard. So, once again, let's look at these phrases here. We had these three sentences. Now, what verbs can you see in the sentences and what tenses can you see? So pause the video, look at the examples. What tenses can we see here? All right, so these orange ones here, those are all using present tense, right? A simple present tense. If he doesn't pass, if he doesn't study, if he fails, simple present tense. But this bluish one over on the other side, we've got will here, will accept, he'll be able to, that's just he will, right? And then he's never going to. This one here, this one is using the future tense again, but it's present continuous. But all these ones here are talking about the future. These ones here are all present tenses. So for these sentences, these if sentences, we use one part is present, one part is future. So one small thing here, notice here we've got he'll be able to. He'll be able to. That's because in future tenses we don't use can. We use be able to, will be able to, or going to be able to. All right, now let's talk about our pronunciation here, guys. So which words do we stress in the example sentences? For example, if he fails, small stress on if, big stress on fails. If he fails half his subjects, how about the rest of them? Pause this video and think, what words do we stress in these example sentences? Okay, all right, so let's look again. So if he fails half his subjects, no technical school will accept him, So will doesn't really have any stress on it. We don't stress that one. No technical school will accept him, How about the next one? If he doesn't pass, so stressing doesn't pass everything. If he doesn't pass everything, small stress on pass, there's no way he'll be able to go to university. So again, there's no way he'll be able to. We stress able and go. And how about the last one? If he doesn't study hard, so we stress doesn't. If he doesn't study hard, he's never going to succeed. He's never going to succeed. So here we're stressing never. And going to, I guess, not really. He's never going to. Maybe a small stress. Let's put a small one there. All right, so we've got our stress here. Talked about these phrases. Now, one more thing, guys. How can we pronounce he'll be able to in the second example? He'll be able to. Say it, please. He'll be able to. How about in this one, though? No school will accept him. How can we say this a bit more quickly? No school will accept him. Try and say that quickly. No school will accept him. It's difficult, hard to say. Pause this video and think. How can we say this one a little bit more quickly? Okay, guys, so what we can do is we can join this L sound and this here and get rid of the W. And we'll get something like this. Lull. No school will accept him. No school will accept him. Again, no school will School will accept him. So will can be, get rid of that altogether and say school'll, school'll. Okay? So he'll, he will, he'll. I'll, I will, I'll. She will, she'll. It will, that could be it'll, right? School will can be school'll. Thing will, thing'll. We can just add this ul sound and link it with the word before. Instead of saying will, we can say ul. So, let's move ahead, guys. Think of reasons why you should or shouldn't do these things. These things I'm going to write below using the sentence form. So, first one, take a taxi during rush hour. Why shouldn't you take a taxi during rush hour? Another one, go to bed early before an exam. Why should you go to bed early before an exam? Another one, eat healthily. Why should you eat healthily? And one more, why should you or shouldn't you drink too much alcohol? That's your choice, all right? So pause this video and think, what reasons can you think of why you should or shouldn't do these things? Okay, right, so the first one, take a taxi during rush hour. Well, you shouldn't take a taxi during rush hour because you'll get stuck in traffic. You'll get stuck in traffic. Or we could say, you shouldn't take a taxi during rush hour because the traffic will be really bad. The traffic will be really bad. You see it again there, traffic will, traffical. The traffic will be really bad. Or maybe another one, there will be too much traffic. There'll be too much traffic. Another one, go to bed early before an exam. Why should you do that? Well, if you don't go to bed early before an exam, you'll fail your exam, maybe, or you'll be really sleepy during the test, or maybe the exam will be a lot more difficult. The exam will be a lot more difficult because you'll be tired. So again, exam will, exam'll, right? Now, eat healthily. I'm going to say should. Why should you eat healthily? Well, you should eat healthily because if you eat healthily, you'll be healthier. That's one thing. Your body will be healthier. Maybe you'll live longer too. You'll have a longer life. Again, you'll have a longer life. Now, how about drink too much alcohol? Well, let's say you shouldn't drink too much alcohol. Let's say you shouldn't drink too much alcohol because if you drink too much alcohol, you'll feel sick the next day. You'll have a hangover. You'll get a hangover, right? Okay, and maybe your friends will be annoyed at you. Your friends will be annoyed. Friends'll, we could say. All right, guys, well done. Okay, now let's move on to some other things we heard in the conversation. So we heard one of the speakers say, it can't be that bad. He's been trying a bit harder this term. It can't be that bad. He's been trying harder this term. They were talking about their son's school report and his scores and his test scores, things like that. And he says, it can't be that bad. Now, is the speaker sure that Sam's school report isn't that bad or isn't as bad as the other speaker thinks? Pause this video and think. Okay, so yeah, he's sure. He's really sure. Oh no, it can't be that bad. I'm sure it's not that bad. So we can use this phrase to express surprise, all right? It can't be that something, right? Now what comes after that? Subject, often it, can't be that adjective, often, for instance, case, bad. It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad, okay? Now, bit of pronunciation here. We stress that more than can't. So we say, it can't be that bad. Big stress on that. It can't be that bad. So this is showing surprise. I don't believe it. No, it can't be that bad. I'm surprised. So look at these prompts here and try to express your surprise about this information. So we've got, this phone costs $10,000. It's a 10-hour drive to the nearest town. It's minus 40 degrees Celsius in Moscow today. Pause this video and express your surprise using this phrase with can't. Okay, so the first one, phone costs $10,000. It can't be that expensive. It can't be that expensive. That's so expensive for a phone. And this next one, it's a 10-hour drive to the nearest town. I have to drive for 10 hours. Oh no, it can't be that far. It can't be that far. So I'm using the adjective far there, right? Or maybe we could say, it can't be that far away. And the next one, it's minus 40 degrees it's minus 40 degrees Celsius in Moscow today. That's so cold. It can't be that cold. It can't be that cold. That's so cold. Okay, guys, right. So we've learned some other phrases here to show surprise using can't. Well, let's move on now to some other things we heard in the conversation. Some other various phrases we heard. I'd like you to match them with the hints we have on the other side here. Let's do one together. So number one here, meaning barely, or it almost didn't happen, and it's followed by the PP. Let's take a look through these here. What do we think? Maybe E here. He's only just passed his maths test. Barely, almost not. It almost didn't happen. He's only just passed his maths test. Here we've got our PP, right? That passed. So yeah, here that would be E for that one. He's only just passed his maths test. Someone's only just done something. It almost didn't happen. How about the rest of them? We've got 6 more phrases. Think by yourself and match these phrases with the hints. Pause this video and think. All right, so number 2, so showing that something bad happens and it's often followed by a noun. What do we think this one here? Yet another argument. That would be this one here. Yet another argument. We had yet another argument. So we argued again. Something bad, and it happens a lot. It happens often. So we had yet another argument. We had yet another problem. We had yet another, whatever it is, some kind of negative thing. It happened again. The third one, someone is not suitable for something, and a noun often comes before. Let's look at, for this one, I'd say it's A. I don't think Sam is university material. I don't think Sam is university material. I don't think it's suitable for him. He's not the sort of person who should go to university. He's not university material. Now, we could use that for other things. For example, I might say, for me, I'm an English teacher, obviously. Mathematics, I'm terrible at mathematics. I'm not math teacher material. I couldn't do that. It's impossible for me. I'm really, really bad at it. I'm not math teacher material. So often we use that with university, or like a particular kind of job maybe, or maybe a school or a profession. So let's say, I want to be a lawyer. I don't know, I'm not sure if that's good for you. I don't think you're lawyer material. I don't think you can do that. All right, the next one. It's a British English phrase meaning was delivered in the mail. And this one is, of course, D, came in the post. Now, Americans don't really say this so much, I don't think. More of a British English phrase. Something came in the post, it was delivered in the mail. Now, meaning something is obvious or expected. What do we think? This one, it's no surprise. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's no surprise he's failing. It's obvious. It's no surprise. It was expected. It's no surprise he's failing. We're not surprised by that. And number 6, meaning there are more bad things that are more serious. For this one, we'd say that's not the worst of it. That would be G. So there are other things that are worse. So we heard already, Sam, the boy, was it Sam? Yeah. He's failing English, he's failing various other subjects, but that's not the worst of it. Also, he's not going to school, they said. He's failing his subjects, but that's not the worst of it. He's not even going to school. He's skipping school. So there's something worse is also happening. That's not the worst of it. And the last one, used to disagree politely with an opinion or a fact. I'd say that's B. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely true. All right, so super quickly, let's go through a few of these phrases for their pronunciation. So I think we'll do B here. That's not entirely true. Again, that's not entirely true. So we put a stress on the I sound in entirely. That's not entirely true. See, it's no surprise. It's no surprise he's failing. It's no surprise he's failing. Maybe we can go for this one, E as well. He's only just passed his maths test. He's only just passed. So again, we have big stress on only, and then maybe slightly smaller stress on just. He's only just passed his maths test. Also, this is going to link, isn't it? He's only just passed his maths test. Similar thing with F, yet another. Small one here, big one on another. Yet another argument. And the last one, let's do this together. That's not the worst of it. That's not the worst of it. So big stress on worst, smaller stress on that. That's not the worst of it. Okay guys, well done. So we've learned some different phrases we heard in the listening. We also talked about using the word can't for expressing surprise. All right, we did a lot of things today. I really hope this was useful for you. I've been Lee from Proper English Online, and we'll be having some more intermediate lessons coming very soon. So well done, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Well done. Bye-bye.